Hi there, Virgo. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. This is going to be your love general messages as a general reading, so the rules might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for a personal reading with me, okay? So in this reading, Virgo, it's going to be a you versus them format. I'm going to be pulling a card about who is it that we're going to be talking about today and what their current energy is like, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, okay? Okay, one of the biggest challenges within this connection, you have the Chariot and you also have the Three of Pentacles in upright position. I feel that one of the biggest challenges within this connection is that both of you come together to decide on how to best work on this connection, because I feel that you have an idea and they also have an idea on how to do things. So it's difficult for both of you to kind of like set a goal or set a directions. This is where we want to go, and we're going to go to it by something. Let's say, for instance, you want to go to a city and you want to go there by what? By plane, by boat, by car, what? Okay, so there is a bit of, I would say, a little bit of a conflict when it comes to the way in which you reach your destinations. Okay, now in their current energy, they have the Six of Wands and they also have the Eight of Wands and they also have the Nine of Wands in upright position. Their energy, here's the thing, okay? There's no denying that there is a strong attraction between the both of you. However, I feel that this person right now is at a place and in their life where they're kind of like quite being a bit defensive, because it's more about them kind of like trying to push something simply because it makes them feel good about it. You know what I mean? So let's say, for instance, they have a problem with you and they're going to be very defensive and pushing that problem or the conflict with you simply because it's from a place of like, okay, if that is something that I'm pushing because it's going to make me feel good about myself. So there's a lack of them understanding your perspective, your emotions, or your feelings in the present moment. We're going to clarify what that is, okay? Now, in the past, they have the Star card and the Hierophant. From your side, you have the Strength card, and you also have the Six of Cups. You might be seeing with a Cancer here, or a Leo, or a Taurus, or an Aquarius, or a Scorpio, or a Sagittarius. That's as far as I could see right now. However, I feel that this person in the past, this person does sees you as their wish fulfillment, because they do see something unique in you, in a way that you are kind of like quite different than everybody that I've met, and I really, really like it about you. And they also see that being with you in a traditional commitment with you is going to be their wish fulfillment as well. Now, in the past, I feel that you also felt like an amazing connection towards this person to a point that some of you might actually be labeling this connection as something. Like, they could be my soulmate, they could be my karmic, or they could be my twin flame, right? And you're exercising like tons and tons of your patience when it comes to that, because you have that strong, amazing connection and strong, amazing bond with this person. For some reason, I also feel that this connection also brings out some sort of childhood wound within you that has not been solved, because this person seems to be triggering that a lot as well. Now, in the present moment, they have the Death and also the Temperance. From your side, you have the King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and also the Eight of Cups in upright position. They're going through a lot of transformative period in their life. Therefore, they could not, at this present moment, to fully prioritize this connection as if like their life is depending on it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things going on in their life. There's a lot of lessons that they're learning in their life, to a point where when they're thinking or when they're seeing this relationship, it's much more in the energy of like, I'm going to go with the flow. Let's see where this goes about this. I'm not going to push it that much. I'm not going to challenge it that much. I'm not going to chase it that much, because I have other things that I need to prioritize. Now, that is a bit different than your energy, because here you have the Queen of Pentacles and also the Eight of Cups, in a way that you're already there. You're already stable. You're prioritizing this person. Yeah, you're trying to be the secure, stable, safe figure in their life. But yet again, you feel that this person is not really prioritizing you. In that way, it's kind of like frustrating you a bit. Now, In the future, they have the High Priestess and also the Page of Pentacles. From your side, you have the Two of Wands and you also have the King of Pentacles in upright position. Okay, I kind of like want to protest their energy a little bit here, but you know, we'll wait to that, okay? However, their future energy, I feel that they're going to be kind of like quite much more observing you here, Virgo. Not really saying much, not really showing everything they have in their cards. And I feel that with the Page of Pentacles, it's more about like, okay, I have this Pentacles, which is me, my heart, my body, my soul, my integrity, my value, my life, okay? I kind of like want to give it to you, but I am at a point in time, Virgo, right now, where I'm kind of like quite evaluating you, whether or not you are actually deserving of that. Which is very interesting because you're the King of Pentacles. So this Page of Pentacles is actually trying to evaluate the King of Pentacles. Okay, because you've always been there. See, your energy is really, really amazing. You have the Queen of Pentacles and you also have the King of Pentacles. You've always tried to be that person who is safe, who is secure, who is stable, who is trustworthy. Okay, let's get into your reading and let's clarify them, Virgo. Let's clarify the Death card there. Okay, it's more about them thinking that the future that they have in their life has not been aligned yet. Yeah, there's like a lot of confusion, not just in this connection, but also in their life, where they're like, I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know what I want to be. I don't know how life is going to turn out for me, even 5 months from now. I kind of miss my old self where it seems to be less problematic. But I also need to think and figure out a way for me to have much more certainty in my life in the next 5 to 7 months from now. So yeah, they're going through a lot here. Let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles from your side. So you're right now having like a lot of inner conflict, the way that I see it, Virgo, because 8 of Cups clarified by the 7 of Cups, the Hermit, and also the 5 of Wands. This connection brings out a lot of frustration in you because of how confusing it really is. Because I feel that things haven't been panning out the way that you wanted it to be, and you're not really going, again, in the directions where you wanted it to be, which, again, it goes into the challenge that we've spoken about earlier. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, clarified by the King of Swords, the Magician, and also the Sun. You stubbornly here holding on to this. I'm trying here. This is what I want. This is what I want. I want this with you. Let me work my magic. Let me work on it with you. Let me be your guiding light. For some reason, you're also going to give them like a lot of active services in order for them to not be so confused in their life as well. But so there is a part of you, right, who's like that. And it's understandable because you guys are mutable signs, similar to me. I'm Sagittarius. We're both mutable signs. So there is a part of you who's like, I kind of like wants to stubbornly cling on to this. I want to stubbornly work on this. But also at the same time, there is no denying in terms of emotion-wise, you are having this internal conflict because at one point, I want that. And the other side, this relationship is actually bringing me a lot of confusion. Especially when, you know, Temperance, clarified by the Page of Cups, the 8 of Cups, and also the Page of Pentacles, they're not really wanting to be operating from that emotional standpoint right now. So they're much more earthy than you right now, Virgo, where they're like, okay, I want to be doing stuff that is just practical. I don't want to be the Page of Cups. I don't really want to be connecting with somebody on an emotional level. I don't want to be talking to someone from an emotional level. I don't want to be offering someone an emotional assurances. I don't want to do that. I want to do it in a way that is practical. If this is something that is beneficial for me, is there a place for this in my life? Is it really something that I need to be prioritizing? Okay. Let's get into your future. I want to clarify this Two of Wands here. A lot of this inner conflict that you guys are having in your heart and in your mind has a lot to do with you holding on to that idea that this is, like, if I have this, it's going to make me happy. So you're kind of like basing your happiness based off of other people's actions, which is something that you should not be doing, okay? So Two of Wands clarified by the Strength, the Queen of Pentacles, and also the Knight of Cups. I told you. You're trying to be there. You're trying to show up. You're trying to convince them that, you know, I'm trustworthy. I'm reliable. I'm secure. You can invest in me. But my problem is, the only problem that I have, how can a page evaluate a king? Yeah. So you want to be that figure who provides with a lot of motivational support, a lot of emotional support, the one that wants to bring out the fun in the connection to ease up their burden and stuff like that. Okay, let me clarify from their side in the future. See, you're not seeing eye to eye. Both of you are, this is really interesting, because both of you, in an emotional standpoint, are connected with one another, but you're not seeing eye to eye. You see how this king is looking that way and the queen is looking that way. It's not like this. See, you're not looking at each other. You're not on the same page. You're not on the same term. The problem is you both are looking at two totally different directions. I'm not saying that you're looking at someone else and they're looking at someone else. No. When it comes to doing stuff, when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to subconscious, when it comes to doing a certain step of stuff, you guys are doing it in a two totally different way. There should be an emotional compatibility here if you can talk it out. If you can make sure that both of you are looking at the same thing from the same perspective. But that's the biggest problem in here. The biggest problem. And here they are, the Page of Pentacles are kind of like quite evaluating. Is Virgo's way of wanting to do things really is something that I find good in me? For me, I mean? Is it really something? The High Priestess, clarified by the Ten of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and also the Five of Swords. Here's the thing, Virgo. This person, it's either they had just been going through something very painful in their life. Could be about you, could be about their life in general, where they're becoming this person who's like, whenever there is a Wheel of Fortune, so Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter talks about generosity, talks about circumstances, talks about the wheels that are turning, talks about opportunities as well. Because they've just underwent something that is very painful in their life, when people show up with them with this, they're not ready. What do? Dismiss it. No, I don't want that. I don't want you to be talking to me all nice and good when all I'm dealing with is pain. There is a grieving period that this person needs to be doing. Okay? Or this could actually be about this connection too. Like if you have like a long history together, you hurt them so much to a point where they're kind of like quite dismissing of all of the positive things about it. Even if the circumstances are now aligning to be with you, they're like, no, I don't want that because at that time I was really, really hurt. Okay, so that's what makes it difficult from their side. And from your side, what makes it really difficult is that you're kind of like telling yourself that I am only going to be happy if I have this. So you're basing your happiness based on someone else's actions or based on someone else's decisions. Okay, Now let's pull some advice card for you here, Virgo. Okay, I rarely pull 4 cards, but I feel that I need to. You have 3 major arcanas in your advice card, which means that everything that has been happening in your life and everything that has been happening within this connection is very divinely guided. Why is that? It's because it's supposed to be a reminder of things that are not built on a very stable foundation. It's supposed to be a reminder that you actually have choices in your life. Now, when it comes to those choices, Virgo, it's not wise for you to just be standing there in your pool of choices. Again, I'm not saying that you guys have a plethora of options when it comes to romantic suitor. No, I'm talking about you have choices whether you want to compromise or whether you don't want to compromise. You have choices of whether you want to be establishing boundaries or you don't. You have a choice of like whether you want to be focusing this or you don't want to be focusing this. You have those plethora of options. Now, dwelling and sitting there in the midst of all of those options is not going to do you good. What is the best thing for you to do? This is the After Tarot deck, by the way, so it's going to be very different than the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. Is out of those options that is in front of you, take one. Take one that makes you feel that you can control that. Because right now, one of your options is like, okay, I'm going to be basing my happiness based on this person's decisions or this person's actions. That is something that is not within your control, right? Take one of those options to something that you can control, which is much more self-based, okay? So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Virgo. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you guys have been looking for, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.